welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me for another one of my YouTube videos. So today this is another requested law of attraction topic all about karma and chakras. So I must admit I'm not like the biggest expert on chakras. Like there are probably people out there who will explain them so much better than I do, but I wanted to share with you my knowledge of them, how I use them in my law of attraction journey and how important they have been to unlocking certain issues and to really help me spiritually awaken as well. So karma essentially is what goes around comes around. As simple as that. What you put out into the universe is what's going to come back to you. So some of you may just think, well, Emma, that's normal law of attraction. What you put out, you get back. But it is essentially karma as well. You know, if you help an elderly lady across the road or help someone out or do a good deed, good deeds are going to come to you and people are going to do good things for you. But if you're like a negative person, horrible, nasty, do horrible things, guess what's going to come back to you? So definitely you should already be conscious of this in like your spiritual journey and your law of attraction journey, but definitely always think about consequences and think, is this the greatest good for me, for this person? Am I doing the right thing in this situation? And as long as you can say that you've done the right thing, you acted with love and that it came from, you know, a good part of you and you wanted to help someone or etc., then that is the best thing you could do and that is good karma. But we've all experienced karma in our lives, good and bad, definitely. But I think for me, my first conscious karma was actually when I had a reading with my psychic Rachel. So I've spoken about Rachel in my previous video, my psychic experiences, if you want to go and watch that one. But basically when I split up with my second ex before I had my spiritual awakening, she asked me, she said, do you believe in karma? And I said like, yeah, definitely. And she said, the reason why you're seeing your ex with that particular girl is karma on your half. And I was like, oh. And she said, because you withdrew love from him the year previously, this is why you're seeing her, this is why you're seeing him with her. And that really hit me because I thought, wow, like, you know, fair enough, he was always meant to cheat and he was always meant to leave me and he's always meant to go off with her, like whatever. But it hit me hard that like it had to be that person because of something I'd done. And you know, I withdrew my love from that relationship simply because I was hurting and because I couldn't put my love into it anymore. I was like hermiting away. So it wasn't like I maliciously withdrew love. It was more of a sense of I was exhausted, I was tired, and I was really hurting. So, you know, something as simple or as innocent as what I thought was innocent did come and bite me in the ass, clearly. But you know, I just reminded myself that that was meant to happen and it doesn't matter who it was with, it was always meant to happen. We were always meant to split up. And now looking back, I don't even see it as bad karma because I literally have something so much better and so much more fulfilling, which makes me so happy, you know, sod it. And Rachel also said to me that you know, that we are born into these lives like karmic slates, I think you call them, and she said like your karmic slate was clean when you were born into this life. So she said any like karma or anything is just what you have kind of inflicted as such in this life, which humbled me a little bit because obviously like I'm not going to be expecting bad things or anything. And you know, I think, you know, if especially in your own life, if you've had just really shitty, like horrible things happen to you and you just think like, I don't deserve this, or like, I don't know, maybe you were born into a situation where you're just like, I did not deserve this. I think it's just important to remember that sometimes it can be that our karmic slate needs to be cleaned, or we are born into this life with karma. But that doesn't mean you can't change it. That doesn't mean that from this point forward, doing good things and acting with love and acting with positivity can change that for you. So that's essentially what I would describe as karma. So it's just consciously doing the right thing, consciously knowing that you're doing the right thing, you're putting good out into the world and good will come back to you. So on to chakras. Well, my knowledge of chakras anyway. So we have 7 chakras all along our body and they are super, super important to focus on in your spiritual journey. Now, I never really kind of understood chakras or really kind of looked into them. Probably last year, I think, was when I really focused on them. And, you know, my psychic and everyone was saying like, come on, Emma, like you really need to work on these. So starting at the top, literally above your head, you have your crown chakra. So this is literally like floating above your head as such. So the crown chakra is more like your spirituality. It's more like your higher conscious, your higher self. It's a very purple color and it's described as like wisdom, universally, universally, is that a word? So basically it's like all your higher shit is up there, like your higher self, your connection to spirit, your connection to the universe, everything is in your crown chakra. So I know first of all people are going to be like, well, how do I unblock my chakras? How do I know if they're blocked? So definitely do some research into this, because I don't think I'll be able to give justice of purely like what symptoms come about when one of your chakras is blocked, but you will be able to tell. So for instance, like if you have like a really sore throat or a lot of throat problems, that can actually be your throat chakra, and a lot of people will just like mistake it as health problems, when in fact it can be that you're not speaking your truth, you're not feeling like you can speak up in a situation. So have a look into chakras, or if you've got any health problems which just won't shift, or you're like, this definitely feels spiritual, then have a look into them, and you'll probably be surprised that it may actually be connected to one of your chakras. So I know I've literally just gone into the first chakra already, but side note, I'm going to talk about how to cleanse them right now. So cleansing your chakras or aligning your chakras is really, really simple. This can literally be done with setting intentions. So when I white sage my house and cleanse my house, I also like to use the white sage incense to cleanse myself, cleanse my body, and to realign my chakras. So with the incense sticks, you can just like wave it all over yourself, and you know, just set the intention of I am aligned, I am cleansed, I am pure, and just imagine a big white light around you as well. So another technique that when I had my Asharic reading done by a different Rachel was to meditate and to visualize myself sitting down, and all my 7 chakra points, I imagined them and imagined white swirling lights all around them. So all 7 points, there was white swirling lights, and they just kept swirling and just kept purifying. And again, I made the intention of I'm aligned, my chakras are aligned, blah, blah, blah. And you know, you don't necessarily feel like a real big shift. Like I didn't really feel like, oh my God, I'm aligned, but you kind of feel it because the problems go away, and you kind of just sense it in a sense of your connection to the universe. Like you can definitely feel more connected, and I think when you feel connected, you're definitely more aligned and your chakras are in balance. So you could also have imbalanced chakras. So for instance, like your heart chakra could be too open, your third eye chakra could be too open. So for instance, the last time I had someone talk about my chakras, my third eye chakra was too closed, because I was like, nope, I don't want to see anything. Nope, universe, don't give me any spiritual stuff. So my third eye chakra was quite closed, whereas my crown chakra was really open. So it was like all this information was coming down from the universe and then stopping in my third eye chakra and then getting very confused on the way down. So this Rachel lady who I did the Asharic reading with, or Asharic, I literally don't know how to pronounce it. Asharic, something like that. She helped me to realign my chakras, and I definitely think since doing that, I've definitely downloaded a lot more like intuition and weird things that have happened in the universe, and I would like started like seeing. I've definitely started in the last month to like, I don't know if it's like a prediction thing, I don't know, because it's very confusing, but ever since I had my reading with Delano, which I spoke about in my newsletter last week, basically he told me to call upon my guides, to call upon like fairies, angels, spirit guides, the universe, the whole goddamn lot, to help me to manifest the truth coming into my life and to fix a few things in my personal life. And ever since I've called upon that, I got such weird like intuition, like, and I was kind of like, right, so that was like, that means that. So then I got them to confirm that it was a sign, and they confirmed it was a sign. So I kept saying like the most randomest images ever of like a TV remote, a baby, like weird things, which I was like, this is weird, but I'm just gonna work with it. So I kind of tried to make sense of what those messages meant, and I kind of thought, I don't really understand, like it doesn't really relate to my situation, and like it didn't really make sense in my life at all. But within the week, those images did make sense, because those images were actually events that happened which triggered the truth to come forward. So it wasn't like that was the truth, it was almost like those events. So I visualized the events as such, and then those events happened, and then the kind of truth came to me. So it was really odd, and it was like really different, I guess, for me to kind of analyze what I saw and to kind of work out, is that the sign? Is that like, what is that? So now I know that maybe things that I see may be more like events that are going to come up which trigger things, I don't know. But it was a really, really weird situation for me, because I'd never seen anything before, and to be able to just like have stuff come to me, I was like, oh, that's weird, but it was good. It's a really good loving feeling, and like obviously it was really positive, and it was just really good, and it's like enhanced my spiritual connection, which is really good. So back onto your chakras. So we covered your crown chakra. Again, I'm not too sure on how you can tell whether they're overactive, inactive, closed or whatever. So it is quite a personal thing. So, you know, you can maybe have a reading or a chakra reading with someone, or you can just kind of look up the symptoms online and then like have a look and see whether you relate to having an overactive or inactive. And I'm sure there must be like quizzes or something. There must be quizzes someone has created to see whether you have overactive or inactive chakras. I'm certain of it. So your next chakra is your third eye chakra, and this is literally between your eyebrows, literally right here. So this is your psychic ability. This is your intuition. This is your kind of spiritualism chakra. So your inspiration also comes from your third eye chakra as well. So I always thought I had a really good one because my intuition was obviously really good. I'm really creative. I have a lot of, you know, creativity and inspiration. So I was like, yeah, my third eye chakra is on fleek. It clearly wasn't, because I kind of like had this overactive crown chakra, a very inactive third eye, so everything down below was a bit like, oh, we don't know what we're doing. So I fixed that thanks to this Rachel lady. And it was perfect. Like, I definitely feel that now I'm more balanced, and now I set those intentions of being aligned, and now I kind of make the conscious effort to align my chakras and make sure they're open and healthy. It's helped me balance myself out more, definitely. So your next chakra is your throat chakra. I don't know how I'm going to point to them when we go down, but I'm going to have to explain. So the next one is the throat chakra. So this one is literally here, or maybe even be there. It's basically your throat. It's just your throat area. So this one, like I said, you can easily tell whether your throat chakra is open or closed, simply because you will have like a cough you can't get rid of, a sore throat. Basically your throat will freaking hurt because it's inactive. So you feel like you can't speak your truth, you feel like you can't voice your opinion, you don't feel heard. Symptoms like that are very classic of having a closed chakra. So like I said, you can just do like the white swirling light technique to kind of open it and to kind of realign it again. And qualities of the throat chakra are self-expression, sort of your passion, and your self-truth as well. So if you're not like speaking your self-truth or being true to yourself, this can be another way that your throat chakra is closed off. So your next one is your heart. You can't see that, but it's definitely your heart. And it's called the Heart Chakra, funnily enough. So the Heart Chakra is my fave, I think, to work with. And you can actually use, forgot to say this, you can actually use crystals to help with your chakras. So I will link a good website which probably explains it way better than I do and what crystals can help with each chakra. But personally, to open up my heart chakra, because that was the first chakra I knew I needed to open up after my breakup, because I was very closed off and I didn't want to let love in. So I actually used rose quartz to help with opening my heart chakra. And when I say I use the crystal, I simply just set the intention for the crystal to help me open up my heart chakra and to allow love in, basically. So next down is the solar plexus chakra. I always forget that one, the solar plexus chakra. And this is literally like just below your boobs, basically. And it's a very yellowy color. So the solar plexus chakra is based on your like willpower, your self-power, like your like get up and go, basically, and like your social side of yourself. So I know I've had a very good solar plexus chakra for a very long time. Like, I don't think I've ever had a problem with my solar plexus. But again, like if you're feeling, you know, maybe like knots in your stomach or something like that, that could be a symptom of these chakras like clogging up and stuff. So again, just look into the symptoms. I'm gonna find a quiz and I'm gonna link it down below, because I'm certain that I did one. I'm pretty sure I've done one before. So your next chakra, which I would say is kind of like your genital area, it's like below the belly, around your genitals, basically, is the sacral chakra. So this is like your sexuality chakra, everything linked to like fertility, babies, love, and surprisingly even creativity. So I read this not too long ago, actually, that if you have an overactive sacral, I'm not too sure what it is, I can't speak now, sacral chakra, it can be like you're maybe like obsessed with sex, or maybe like you just have sex all the time or something. Or if you have like a really inactive one, maybe like you don't want sex at all, or you don't want to be intimate. So things like that can be triggers of it. So the last one is your root chakra. I love working with the root chakra. So this, I imagine if you sit up, would be like your bum, basically, in your bum region. And it is a red colour, and yeah, it's called the Root Chakra. And I like to do a lot of yoga with Adrian's videos on the Root Chakra and aligning your chakras. She's really good. So actually, yeah, that's another tip of mine. Go and watch yoga with Adrian, because her chakra aligning yogas are really good. So the Root Chakra is like where you feel rooted, where you feel grounded. So, you know, when you stand up and you like kind of bring energy to you, always like ground yourself through your Root Chakra, and all your energy goes to your Root Chakra. So qualities of your Root Chakra is safety, grounding, like I said, your right to live. It's basically your grounding chakra. It's what grounds you here to this earth. It is probably the most earthly chakra, I would say. And yeah, if you ever like feel chaotic, or you like don't feel grounded, or you just feel, I don't know, like not hyperactive, but you know what I mean, like you feel like you're buzzing and you're not grounded, you can always turn to your Root Chakra and just align yourself, breathe, and just align your Root Chakra. But yeah, so I would definitely have a look into working with crystals with your chakras as well, and like chakra bracelets, things like that can always help as well. But definitely working with my chakras have been one of the best things I've done. It's definitely needed. It's definitely like self-care, and it's something like exactly like EFT with Brad Yates, it's something you need to do regularly. It's not just do it once and you'll be fine. You know, different chakras will expand, close, you know, depending on situations that happen in your life, and depending on how much your vibe is raised as well at the time. So yeah, it's definitely self-maintenance, and definitely have a look at everything I link in the description box down below, because like I said, I'm gonna link so much better information and a quiz. I'm gonna find a quiz for you guys. But yeah, please let me know your experiences with karma and chakras in the comments below, because I love to hear all you guys' experiences, and I'm sure some of you have had some like really cool experiences as well, which you could share with everybody. So thank you so much guys for watching my videos. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below, because I reply to them all. And like I said, everything will be linked in the description box down below as well. And I will see you in my next video, which will be next week. Lots of love guys.